Alright, what is up, everybody? We are back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today, we're going to be talking about Team USA. They played a game earlier today that literally just wrapped up against South Sudan. It was a very, very close game, very entertaining game. We're going to talk all about it here in today's video. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. It really upset a lot. Join the membership. If you want to learn more about the membership, there's a video on my channel explaining all of it. You can go back and watch that. Link to my Twitter, TikTok, stuff like that in the description down below. And yeah, don't waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So USA played their fourth tune-up game for Olympic basketball against South Sudan. They got the win 101-100, but it was a very, very close game. Very, very close game. Honestly, I would make a bet that South Sudan led more in this game than US. I don't have right now the how long they led or anything like that in the stats right now. But I mean, what a game this was. US have had a chance of getting the win. LeBron James is the game-winning lead. He was the best player on the court tonight. LeBron really helped this team win, especially in the second half. I felt like he took over when South Sudan was kind of building a lead. South Sudan, I think, led by 14 at halftime. They were dominating, getting the paint, getting the glass. The three ball was working in their favor. Everything was going their way. But the U.S. slowly came back. LeBron was the captain of that, finishing with 23, 6, and 6 in the game-winning bucket. Shot 9 for 13 from the field, hit a couple three-pointers. He was just setting the tone everywhere. He was making the plays all over the court in terms of defensively, making plays for others, and of course scoring the ball. He just realized, you know what, no one on this court can guard me, and I'm just gonna get to the rim and do everything I got. And LeBron was the lead captain. I felt like the first two games he just was kind of around trying to just set everybody up, but the last two games he's been a lot more aggressive in terms of getting his own. And this game, where they really, really need him to, LeBron stepped up, and LeBron really carried this team to the finish line. Steph had a really good game as well. He had 12 and 3, hit a couple 3-pointers, hit that deep 3-pointer at the end of the third quarter. But he had a really good game as well. I feel like LeBron and Steph both kind of very similar. The first two games, I feel like LeBron and Steph were kind of just going through the motions, kind of out there trying to get everybody else comfortable and with their spots in the team. And then they're slowly starting to ramp it up. In the last two games you saw, it was last game, it was Steph Curry that I feel like was the hero, kind of. He set the tone early, and he just kept it going for the rest of the game. This game was more LeBron, but Steph also was a good running mate, getting his, making the right plays. And a lot of other guys. Anthony Davis still has been amazing. 15 and 11, 2 blocks, shot 4 for 12, 7 for 9 from the free throw line. Yeah, AD was amazing. Defensively, he's been doing his thing. He's been amazing on the defensive end so far throughout these games, just locking down the paint. And then offensively, the rebound, he has 6 offensive rebounds. He had more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds in this game. 6 offensive rebounds. That was huge. And then, doing his thing in the paint. Anthony Davis has been absolutely amazing. He closed this game out as well. He was really good. Joel Embiid finally had a solid game. 14, 7, and 3. Shot 5 for 6, 4 for 6 in the free throw line. He looked a lot better in this game. He was getting a lot more easy shots. He looked a lot more comfortable getting easy, dump offs and hook-ins and stuff like that. And he looked a lot better and more efficient out there in the court. So that's a good sign to see that maybe he just needed a couple games really to get himself involved with the team. And maybe from now on he's gonna finally start finding his way. I definitely do feel like he probably won't close out a lot of games unless he's going off, because I just feel like the mobility and the defensive impact that Anthony Davis and Bam Adebayo have been bringing so far for Team USA have just been amazing, that I would doubt if AD keeps playing like this, Joel will close out games. But if he is playing very well, he will close out. But right now, Anthony Davis just looks like the better option at the big man position, because what he's been doing defensively and what he's been doing everywhere else has been great. But it's good to see Joel finally start to kind of, put things together. Drew Holiday started again in this game, 8, 4, and 3. Did make a 3-pointer, 0 for 3. But he was really nice at cutting, playing without the ball, movement, and then defensively he was pretty solid as well. Devin Booker, not a very good game for him. Back in the starting lineup, he had just 5 points, shot 2 for 5 from the field. Which was what I was saying earlier. I like Devin Booker as a 6th man in this team, and Anthony Edwards being the starter. Anthony Edwards said he had 11 points, shot 4 for 11. Did settle for a lot of threes, in my opinion. He took 7 threes in this game. I feel like Ant was not being as aggressive in terms of getting to the paint, because athletically, there's not many people that can stick with him. So I feel like him going to the paint would have been a lot better. But that's why I was saying in my other videos, I like Devin Booker being the 6th man more off the bench, because I feel like with him coming off the bench and Anthony Edwards starting, I feel like Devin Booker is more in his element. Where when he's in the starting lineup with LeBron, with Steph, with Joel, he kind of has to be a spot up guy and a secondary ball handler, and a tertiary like ball handler, which I feel like doesn't really fully unlock him. I feel like him coming off the bench and being with AD and Bam and Tatum, he gets to be more as a lead ball handler and gets to be more in his scoring bag. I feel like that just fits a whole lot better. So I think eventually Devin Booker will be their sixth man, and I feel like that just makes a lot more sense. And Anthony Edwards would be the starting two. But Anthony Edwards has been really, really good so far. Again, I feel like today he settled for a lot of 3-pointers, but I still like the aggressiveness. I like his aggressiveness with Steph and LeBron and Jrue Holiday. When he was in the starting lineup, it just made a whole lot more sense. After that, Tatum, solid game, 9 points, shot 3 for 8. Again, settled for a lot of jumpers, I feel like. But he had a really good start. I feel like mid-third quarter, he played really well. He was kind of setting the tempo. He was getting to the paint, getting to the basket, getting to the free throw line. Made a lot of nice plays for others as well. Bam, solid game, 4 and 2. Didn't play as many minutes as did the last couple games, but he was still okay. You saw Tyrese Halliburton only played 7 minutes in this game. It just wasn't really his type of game. I feel like this game was more of they needed defense, they needed some paint production and stuff like that, and Tyrese doesn't really do that, so this was just one of those games where Tyrese just couldn't really fit in. And then Derek White showing what he's going to bring to Team USA in this game. He only put 11 minutes and didn't score. Derek White played 11 minutes, he didn't score, but 3 rebounds, 5 assists. He was cutting very well. He had LeBron had 6 assists. He had 5 assists, making the plays for others, doing what Derek White does. That's what Derek White's out there to do. That's why he's on this team. He's out there to connect the pieces together and be just a guy that doesn't really need the ball in his hands. The guy that could just make the other plays. And that's what he does. Still no Kevin Durant in this game, but there's reports by Sean Sting yesterday that he's getting close, so maybe we can see him in the last tune-up game they have on Monday. But overall, they've started off very slow. They started off very, very slow. The 3-point shot was not falling all game. 7 for 28. They shot 25% from 3 as a team. Only 4 players out of the 5, 6, 7, 8 that took a 3, made threes. But what their advantage was getting to the free throw line. They took 28 free throws in this game. South Sudan only took 13. So 22 for 28. Anthony Davis took 9 free throws. Joel took 6. LeBron took 4. Tatum took 3. So getting to the free throw line was a big thing for them. The turnovers very cleaned up a lot in the second half. I think they had 8 first half turnovers, only 4 in the second half. So that was really big. They forced 15 out of South Sudan. So that was really good to see. And then their 2-point percentage. They shot 59% from 2. South Sudan in the first half, they were being very aggressive. They were attacking the offensive glass. The 3 balls in. They shot 14. They hit 14 threes. They shot 42% from 3. South Sudan, they did a really good job there and just playing with a lot of heart. The U.S. didn't do that early, but once they finally realized, we could actually lose this game, they started to really lock in. And it was, I think, LeBron. LeBron really led, became the captain of the team, and kind of set the tone in that third and fourth quarter, and eventually hit the game-winning shot to help them win. But things to clean up in this game. You don't really expect them to shoot 25% from 3 for every game. So you expect the 3 ball to be falling a lot more often than what they showed in this game. But I feel like something they need to clean up is when the 3s aren't falling, be able to just be like, we just got to attack the rim, because we have LeBron James. We have Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis, 2 guys that not a lot of people can stop in the paint. We have Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum. We have so many guys that are able to create, attacking downhill and getting to the basket. So I feel like them locking into that a lot more and eventually getting those free throws, which they end up taking 28 free throws. I feel like that is a big thing. I feel like they definitely still have to clean up the turnover problem. You saw that in the second half. That looked a lot better. So hopefully maybe that could be something down the road that they can clean up a lot more, because that's really a lot of the thing that gets them in trouble is the turnovers. Every game they've had double-digit amount of turnovers. A lot of them kind of unforced, just, kind of doing too much. At some point, like Joel Embiid's been the king of that. 3 turnovers in this game. Joel Embiid's had a lot of turnovers where he's just throwing the ball out of bounds or trying to do something a little bit too much when just making the simple play would have worked. But again, continuity. That's what a lot of turnovers are for them. It's just continuity. And waiting to see if Kevin Durant comes back. But I think ultimately going forward, I think Devin Booker should be coming off the bench. I think Anthony Edwards should be in that starting lineup. I just feel like that fits. I like Jrue Holiday in the starting lineup. It sold me Jrue Holiday in the starting lineup just because he does so many little things. The defense that he brings, the cutting he has, especially LeBron's found him on a couple cuts. Like I'm sold on Jrue Holiday being in the starting lineup as long as Kevin Durant isn't playing. If Kevin Durant's not fully playing and not getting crazy minutes, then Jrue Holiday being in that lineup and being out there works a lot. Anthony Davis has still been amazing and closing out. I feel like Anthony Davis is the move for right now until Joel really gets himself really established on this team. I think Anthony Davis closing out is really, really nice. And yeah, I would just like to see him attack the rim and be a little more aggressive and honestly start the game better. I feel like almost every game they've played, they started very, very slow and need to work in. And like halfway through the second quarter, they finally start being like, all right, let's actually start playing. Like I assume once they get to like London, once they get to Paris, and once they actually start playing games, then that will change hopefully. But I think that's one of their main issues as well is just trying to get themselves established really early. But again, credit to South Sudan. They played a heck of a game. Carlik Jones had a triple-double, 15, 11, and 11. Meryl Shayok hit 6 threes. JT Thor hit the big three-pointer that almost won the game for them. Royal Ivy, the coach of South Sudan, shout out to him. And those guys played amazing. I mean, those guys played as good of a game as you can really ask for them. It's just USA has so much talent at the end of the day. That's really what won them this game. But South Sudan played their hearts out. And they should not be, disappointed in how they played. And yeah, they get one more tune-up game for US on Monday. They play against Germany, I want to say. Germany. Don't quote me 100% on that. But I want to say something like Germany. And then it's on to the real Olympics next Sunday. It's on to the real thing. So very, very excited for that. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.